Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Coach Curt Cignetti Show. Jack Benedict with you as we talk IUP Crimson Hawks football. After last week's exciting win over California 20-7, the team now 4-0 on the season. Curt, good job on Saturday. You know, you have talked, I think the previous 3 weeks, we've got to play a game where we can almost play, not perfect, but a lot better. Well, Saturday you came out and you played a lot better. It was great.
Yeah, and we needed a challenge going into the game, a game that we knew would be a challenge. The first 3 games, a couple of those games presented a challenge because of things that happened during the game with injuries and whatnot. We knew this would be a tough contest coming in. Our guys really rose to the occasion. We had a great week of practice, played with a lot of energy, passion, enthusiasm, and thought we really came together as a team. It was really great in the locker room afterwards.
Yeah, well, you know, Terrell Holloway kind of set the tone. He had 3 interceptions in the first half, and he was or is the PSAC Defensive Player of the Week. He's had great games in his 3 years, last 3 years against Cal. So that kind of set some of the tone for you because you needed to make some big plays. We know that Cal's a good team.
Oh, yeah, no question about it. Terrell Holloway, he really stepped up. Senior for us, has been a great leader. Cal was getting a couple drives going. Our defense was bending but not breaking, but in the red area, Terrell really came up big with a couple interceptions that really kept us in a good position in the first half. And he's been playing outstanding football for us. Run game, pass game. He's a great leader, so I was really happy for him.
Yeah, it's happy for the seniors who have had adversity against Cal in their time here the last couple of years. The Rocket, Deion Williams, 38 carries, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns. Was the game plan, we want to go to him? He's getting more in shape, I'm sure, because he didn't know early in the year if he was going to play. Go to him and pound.
Yeah, that was a game plan. And we really had not fed him in the prior games, so he was nice and fresh. And I wanted to get back to running the football a little bit more. And I thought we really stepped up front, played real physical, and 38 carries for DeAntoine, and I thought he was outstanding. And now he'll probably be a little bit sore today, but we got some other guys that can go too.
Yeah, Eric Finkley and, of course, young Mr. Green, too. By the way, that's the 5th most carries in any one game. And the other guys were all pretty doggone good. Michael Mann, Harvey Tuck, Amir Dew, Larry Monsilovich, and James Suber. Those are some great names of running backs, so he's in a great category. The offensive line. During the course of the week, and of course after the last game, you learned that you lost Bruce Atkins. So you had to do, again, a little makeshift. How did they all grade out for you? They look good.
I thought it was our best game by far as a unit, and they were ready to go. They had a good week of practice, really played physical. Byron Davalos, Nick Carnicella, Mike Charmo, Matt Sasson, and Jorge. And, you know, I was really pleased with the progress. I think we can still play better. And as we get healthier, because, you know, we're still nicked up. We got some guys playing that are nicked up on the line. As we get healthier, I think we can get even better.
I liked your comments to us before you went to the locker room that we had on the air with you about second half we're going to get the ball because the wind was a big factor in that first half. And then you came out and you started to take over, and that pitch and catch combination of Box and Barnes really came through for you.
Yeah. Well, they're on the same page and same frequency. So, and Terrell's outstanding at getting open, and he's really good yards after the catch. After he catches the ball, he's hard to bring down. And that first drive, we went about 80 yards. And Mike made a nice throw to Terrell. They hooked up a couple times there to put us up by 2 scores. So that gave us a little breathing room.
I was looking too. You know, Mike only threw 13 times. Was the game plan first to run as much as you could, and if we don't have to pass, we don't? Or did the wind factor, you know, going into the wind was pretty tough passing the football?
No, I went into this game and I wanted to establish the run, and I wanted to get physical up front and give Rocket the ball. And I thought that would create some opportunities in the pass game for some nice one-on-one matchups. And so we were going to take a patient approach in this game. And, you know, it worked out for us. 2
receptions that I have to bring out to you of note. Dom Maggio gets a reception, the fullback, most unheralded player on the team probably, except you guys know how valuable he is. And Dummermuth. What a catch, a one-handed grab. It was super.
Yeah, it was a great catch by Tyler, one-handed. And he did a great job blocking, too, and has all year long. He's really been playing well. And Dom Maggio, You know, we ran power, which is old-fashioned down, pull the guard, kick out with a fullback. I mean, it's hard-nosed football play. We ran power 26 times in this game. And so Don Maggio's leading up on the linebacker 26 times. And I just can't say enough about him, his toughness, his love for the game. He loves to block. And then, he caught the pass out in the flat, made a guy miss, had a nice gain. So.
Yeah, you talk about a guy who's probably sore, but he's kind of used to that. We're, glad to have him in that fullback spot. Defensively, you go into the game, first in the nation, only giving up 6.5. You give up 7. Of course, that came on Dewey McDonald's interception.
Yeah.
But the overview of how you played defensively.
Well, defense hasn't given up a touchdown in 3 games. And while I don't think we've played the most explosive offenses in the country, I don't know, how many times, over the course of a season or over the course of 5-10 years, a defense will go 3 straight games and shut their opponent out. So we're obviously playing very well. We got a lot of guys playing high speed, doing their job, doing the right thing. It all starts up front, with the defensive line and being able to stop the run and put pressure on the quarterback. I think Shane Meisner's really played well for us up front. The other guys are all getting better. Of course, we played without Akeem Smith, who's our #1 run stopper. So we went in shorthanded, and we had some other people step up. It was nice to get Larry Gooden back. Our linebackers have been very consistent all year long. Carl Fleming, Dorian Lane, Kevin Clark, Alan Holman. Of course, Alex Berdahl is one of our team leaders. He's been out since the Southern Connecticut game. Mm-hmm. In the back end, we're starting to get some stability now at safety. Marco Pecora and Eric Williams, who both have been hurt or have played now the last 2 games, and they're both really playing well. Eric Williams had 2 interceptions. Of course, Terrell Holloway had 3. He's been outstanding all year. And Jarrell McFadden's been very consistent at the boundary corner, and Jay Watkins has stepped up at the field corner, a true freshman for us, and he's playing good football. So what our defense really has right now is they have belief that they can keep people out of the end zone. And I hope it continues all year long. Maybe we can go all year and not let somebody score out, but I mean that's not going to happen. But
yeah.
Right now we're playing well on defense, but you got to prove yourself every week. So.
Well, one of the things you and I have talked about too from the beginning of the season is the fact that you do have more depth now, and you are able to rotate more people both on the line or in the secondary, all the way around. That's helped out tremendously, hasn't it?
Absolutely. We'd have never gotten through these first 4 games the past 2 years with all the injuries that we've had without the depth that we have this year. And so the depth has really helped sustain us up to this point. And now we get some guys back. Hopefully we can start to really improve as a football team. Because it was a great win. We had great effort in the game, but believe me, there's still a lot of room for improvement.
Let's just bring up the kicking game. You had mentioned about Cal had a great kicker, and he did prove that. But Matt Spiegel did a nice job for you. Averaged 42 yards of kicking. He's got to battle half the time in that win situation.
Yeah, he's been kicking the ball outstanding all year. He's a great prospect. He's in his 2nd year. Averaged about 43 yards a punt Saturday, and he's really doing a nice job. Overall, our special teams only has to get better. We lost a lot of field position on punt return in this game. Their kicker averaged 52, their punter. And our kickoff coverage team the last 2 weeks has really been subpar relative to what it's been the past 2 years. So, we've got some areas on special teams where we need to get better.
All right, the homecoming game is 2 o'clock. Millersville comes in. So here we go on this ebb and flow of playing, different teams. It's a team that, unbelievably, they're 0-4, gives up 48 points a game.
Yeah.
I mean, what have you seen in those games, in the video that you...
Well, they're struggling. They've got a first-year coach, and the defensive coordinator is the same. Defense is similar to what it was last year. Offense, they're trying to run the ball and a little bit more conventional, try to stay in the game, but it's going to take some time for them, obviously. We've got more material right now than they do. It's homecoming. We've got to play well. We have a huge game coming up in 2 weeks against Slippery Rock, up at Slippery Rock. And we got to get better as a football team. So I'm really looking forward to homecoming. I thought our crowd for the California game was outstanding. It was great to play at home. We got 2 games in a row at home. Guys will be really excited about playing at home again for homecoming. I'm really looking forward to us playing well on Saturday.
There's a lot of buzz about this team, and rightfully so, the way you guys have played, not only this year, but since you came in a couple of years ago. When you look at, I look at what you have to do to get a team prepared for a Millersville team coming in. As coaches, you guys have to be, psychologists too, because now you got to, let's face it, the human element, you got to bring them back up, play at a certain level.
Yeah, it's a challenge, especially coming off a big game and with another big game coming up in 2 weeks. There's no question about it. I gave the coaches off on Sunday. I gave the players off today on Monday. Let them get away from it, get everybody refreshed a little bit, get back to the fundamentals and practice tomorrow on Tuesday. I think our guys will be excited for homecoming and playing at home. I anticipate we'll play well. And, we want to use this week to get better because we've got a lot of areas on our team that we can get better. We need to get some injured guys healthier. Mm-hmm. And so, it's a time of year where I say it all the time, you get better, you get worse, you never stay the same.
Yeah, exactly. One other thing I wanted to bring up too, the fact they're going to honor the '93 team that was a national runner-up. Right. 20 years it's been, and I went through that roster and looked at these guys. Boy, some great names. What a team that your dad had there. The other factor being, of course, they're going to officially name the field in honor of your dad. George P. Miller Stadium, Frank Cignetti Field, which is a long time coming. So there are a lot of things that enter into this. I like what's happening here, that they honored the '63 team. They brought Bill Neal's players. Right. It's that traditional thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, there's been so many outstanding football teams and coaches and players at IUP over the years. That's why they've won 525 games we have or so in our history. And, I think it's great that the '93 team is coming back. It was a tremendous team. They were awfully close to winning it all, had the lead in the fourth quarter. It was a great football game. And then you combine that with the field being named after Frank Cignetti. I think a lot of people will come out for that. It's a great honor for him, well-deserved. Again, I've said it before, really proud. And, he did great things here and had a dominant football team. The league had to change the rules to make it more competitive. The league had to legislate down scholarships to make the competition more competitive. So that's how good they were at one time. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, we can get to the point where we're that good. We've had good success here recently, and this football team we have this year has a chance to be good. We've got to stay healthy and continue to improve, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I was looking at it too. You think we played 4 games. You have 7 games to go in the regular season. Yeah. And then you look beyond that. It's a long season, but I know you have to look for this week only, right? This week only.
Yeah, it's this week only, and if you can improve and take care of business, there's a chance of playing a whole lot of football games. I mean, if you're going to go all the way, you're going to play 15 games. So you got to try to pace your team to a certain extent, which is why I gave them some time off, and still have them ready to play every week. So, that's the challenge, and of course it is one at a time. I think our guys know what's ahead of them. They know who their big challenges are. I mean, every team is a challenge. You can't take anybody lightly, but some teams,
sure,
are better than others. Mm-hmm. And this team in the locker room really came together as a team. Got a lot of new guys on this team, a lot of new faces, a lot of injured guys. So we've had to manage a lot of different kind of situations up to this point. Mm. For the first time, I really saw that great team unity in the celebration after the game that I've seen with the past 2 teams. And so, I think that was a real positive, and obviously Saturday. So I'm looking forward to moving ahead.
Nice step, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, good luck. Homecoming, We're looking for a big day Saturday.
All right, Jack, thank you.
Coach Curt Cignetti. Now remember, Millersville in for the game. 2 o'clock kickoff for homecoming at Frank Cignetti Field at George P. Miller Stadium. Has a great ring to it. For the coach, this is Jack Benedict. We'll see you next time around.